Terrorists suck now. The recession has hit us so hard that even our terrorists have gotten more boring. I mean, the majority of them are just a mundane reflection of our rehashed society. The only reason people like that Luigi Mangione guy, the guy who, in the street, the only reason people like that guy is just because he's a handsome looking devil. He's a leftist with a MAGA body. Whatever that means. I don't know what that I mean, respectfully, none of the modern terrorists even hold a candle to what we used to have. I mean, half of their problem isn't even that they're just lame and uninspired. It's also just that they're kind of dumb. I mean, recently one of them forgot to switch their Google Doc where they had their manifesto on to public before committing their violent act. What kind of good terrorist does that? I mean, this is just a bad look. Natalie Ruppnow, this is embarrassing. Okay, you need to lock in. I try not to hold this too much against her because, what kind of brain capacity can you really expect from this type of person? No, I'm not calling her dumb because she's a terrorist. I'm just calling her dumb because she's a woman. The point being is that terrorists are lame now, okay? And it's sad to watch and see because we used to have such peak terrorists. They were locked in on being a terrorist, not that they were a good person or what they did was good. That's not what I meant by peak, okay? I'm not saying I don't like terrorism. It's bad. But I'm just saying that if you are going to do it, at least be good at it. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, let's talk about the domestic terrorist that was actually locked in. Let's talk about Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. This is usually the part of a video where someone says they're going to try to be unbiased while retelling this story of history or whatever. And, that's usually done to display how much integrity the creator of the video has. But the thing is, I actually have so much integrity that I'm not going to lie to you about the fact that I'm going to be completely biased in my retelling of this story. So buckle up. So to start out, basically, once the CIA got done giving black people syphilis for fun, they decided to start on a new project where they would be a lot more progressive and include everyone in on the experimentation. They decided, instead of just testing LSD on the black community, let's get everyone involved in this. Let's get everyone in on this, man. Let's make sure everyone's included. The experimentation that I am, of course, talking about is MK Ultra, where they would give people mind-altering drugs and do different things to them to test to see if they could, control their mind control, whatever. Basically, the CIA was just having a lot of fun. They were just having a good time. That's all you need to know. They didn't do anything bad during those experiments either. It was all totally fine and okay and good. Unfortunately, one of the people that they experimented on happened to be this handsome young man. It's often speculated that these experiments that were conducted on Kaczynski during his time at Harvard were a part of the reason why he became so awesome. I mean, so crazy. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. And it tends to be one of the reasons why people believe he abandoned his academic career in the year 1969. Around this same time, he also allegedly considered getting a sex change, but I don't know how proven that is, but that's something that people like to claim he considered. I guess he said that to his psychologist. In 1971, Kaczynski moved to a remote cabin without electricity or running water near Lincoln, Montana, where he lived as a recluse while learning survival skills to become self-sufficient. Which, doesn't sound that bad. I could totally do that, and I would be very happy to. Just leave everything. It'd be awesome. One of the main reasons why people think Kaczynski started retaliating against the rest of society was because of the common destruction that he saw happening to the wilderness around him by technology. So basically what happened is he just would be out on walks in the woods out of his cabin, and he would just see trees getting chopped down by random machines. And at some point, I guess he just kind of decided yeah, I think I'm just gonna kill people. I think I'm just going to kill a lot of people. So Kaczynski in his cabin decided to start creating bombs and started writing why he was creating the bombs and why he was going to bomb and kill people. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with a little evil guy in the woods Just a little evil creative guy in the woods having a little fun, you know? There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, it's funny, you can actually go on YouTube and they have like a MTV Cribs of the Unabomber's cabin. I mean, yeah, it looks amazing. It looks very homey, very nice, you know, good stuff. I mean, you got everything you could possibly need in here. I mean, it looks great. So yeah, like I said, while he was in this cabin, he was creating bombs and also writing a manifesto as to why he was doing and going to do all of the violent things that he was planning on doing. You know, they're really just such disgraceful writings, and I just think that anybody who's read them or thought about reading them is just such a terrible person, and they should be expunged from the rest of society. Yeah, I've definitely never read this, and I definitely don't have things underlined of my favorite things said in here. This one goes out to all the frat bros out there. Hey, this one's for you. Broad and chick were merely the feminine equivalents of guy, dude, or fellow. The negative connotations have been attached to these terms by the activists themselves. Yeah, I mean, he kind of right. Whatever happened to just seeing a woman on the street and, hey, broad. Hey, broad. Oh, this broad just cut me off on the highway. I think I'm gonna follow her home and slash her tires. You know, you can't say things like that anymore. Now you have to say something like, oh, this female presenting person cut me off on the highway. I'm gonna follow them home and slash their tires. Another one of my favorites right here. The leftist is antagonistic to the concept of competition because deep inside he feels like a loser. Well, you know, I won't say what we think about that one. And now in an attempt to make myself seem like I'm unbiased, let me read a quote where he's hating on conservatives. The conservatives are fools. They whine about the decay of traditional values, yet they enthusiastically support technological progress and economic growth. I mean, yeah, once again, we're not going to say what we think about that, but yes. Yes. Today, people live more by virtue of what the system does for them or to them than by virtue of what they do for themselves. Yeah. No, that one's just good life advice. Like, just be productive, man. Do something for yourself. And I don't mean treat yourself, because you've been doing enough of that. I see that belly. Yeah, I'm saying, you know, work out. Get a job. Get a job. Touch some grass, you know. Maybe read some literature. So anyways, while Theodore was out in the woods, you know, sending his mailbox bombs to people and writing his book, the FBI started catching on to the fact that there was a sneaky little evil guy out there. Just a sneaky little evil creative guy doing things, doing whatever he wanted. And you know, they were kind of like, hey, that's our job. Why are you doing our thing? That's what we do. So from 1978 to 1995, Ted Kaczynski started a nationwide mail bombing campaign against people he believed to be advancing modern technology. And in 1979, Mr. Kaczynski became the subject of an investigation by the FBI that would end up being the longest-running investigation in FBI history. This investigation started coming to a close in 1995 when Kaczynski sent a letter to different publication companies saying, hey, if you publish my manifesto, I'll give myself up. Of course, the FBI took the bait and the manifesto was published, and he almost got away with just getting them to publish it, and who knows if he was planning on actually turning himself in or not. But that didn't matter because his stupid idiot brother, David Kaczynski, recognized his brother's style of writing and reported his suspicions of the Unabomber being his brother to the FBI because he's a filthy little snitch. Okay, he couldn't stand the fact that his brother was having such a fun time in the woods. He's out there in the modern world just suffering. That's basically the ending of the whole thing. I mean, Kaczynski was arrested and basically just rotted in prison until the summer of 2023 when he ended up hanging himself in prison. He killed himself. He killed himself. He killed himself. He did it. He killed himself. Trust me, he did. And now his philosophy just lives on. Not necessarily super ceremoniously. It's mostly I just see like random Ted Kaczynski edits.
I'm taking it serious because I like you a lot, so we'll give it a shot. Give it all that I got. La-dee-da-dee-da, la-dee-da-dee-dee.
Yeah, I mostly just see a lot of people like reacting to him online. Let's see what Hassan thinks about him.
As the Unabomber refined his craft.
I'm gonna pee, I'll be back.
exhaustive lab tests showed they
Oh,
were...
thank you, Hassan. Very cool. Very cool. You know, it's funny. I don't even think I have to watch these clips of Joe Rogan giving his commentary on Ted Kaczynski, because I can just already guess what it is. He's just sitting there like, dude, can you believe that he was out there for that long, just by himself in the woods? I mean, he was just sending bombs to people and just, right? I mean, that is just wild stuff, man. It's just so wild. Anyways, Jamie, can we pull up that video of the synthetic human pig abortion? Yeah, let's get that on the screen. Let's watch that. That is real, by the way. Look it up. There's synthetic human pig hybrids coming to a school near you. That's right. There's gonna be a fellow kid on the playground. You're gonna call him Pig Boy. You're gonna go to a lab. You're gonna go to a lab class and you're gonna be dissecting animals, and he's gonna start crying because you're dissecting one of his siblings. He'll just be prying open the stomach of one of his lab buddies. You just be like, oh, what's up, Hawk boy? Anyways, but that just about does it for Ted Kaczynski. If you want to know his stats for the people he bombed, essentially 3 people were killed and 23 people were injured, which is, that's pretty good in comparison to other. I mean, that's terrible. That's not a good thing that happened at all. But I'm just saying, in comparison to the other terrorists, he was actually about that life. Okay, like I said, lock in. Okay, I don't want to see any more so-called terrorists that are really just mentally ill people who were radicalized by, dark wave TikTok edits. Okay, I don't want to see that anymore. Don't be a terrorist. Don't kill people or anything like that. Don't do that. It's wrong. Just like cope with your inner thoughts by making a podcast like every other mentally ill person. Okay, just do that instead. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed the yap sesh. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.